In today's episode, I'm talking about one from the house of Issey Miyake. This one goes by the name of Pulse of the Night, and to find out my thoughts on this one, stay tuned to Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everybody and welcome to another episode of Mags Frags. I'm Paul and this is day 82 of my Fragrance 365 project where I give my thoughts on a different fragrance every day for a whole year. So today's scent of the day is Pulse of the Night from Issey Miyake. This was launched in 2019 and is described on the official Issey Miyake website as a spicy leatherwood fragrance. I first became aware of this one after watching Ashton's review over at Gent Scents, and I decided to buy it after he gave it a glowing stamp of approval. You can now pick this one up from discounters at the bargain price of under £40 if you shop around, so this one really is a bit of a bargain pickup. The bottle arrives in this usual Issey Miyake shaped bottle design with its unmistakable slim profile with curved front and rear. We've also got the familiar large square cap that could double up nicely as an ice scraper to scrape your car windscreen in the winter time. It comes in a matte black finish. With the gold branding and the accents on the front and also on the rear of the bottle. Underneath, we've got the usual product information and the batch code. This particular one is a 9058 batch code. I personally prefer clear bottles with a transparent finish rather than these opaque ones because I like to see how much juice I've got left rather than having to shake it to gauge how much of the juice is left inside the bottle. Inside the cap there's a black atomizer, and the spray quality on this one's got a really nice even distribution. It's a really nice sprayer on this one, and overall I really enjoy the presentation on all the Issey Miyake bottles. I think they're really nice and quirky, and for that I would probably give this one a 9 out of 10. Yeah, the top notes in this one are frankincense. In the mid, we've got tonka bean, labdanum and patchouli. And in the base, there's vanilla, leather, sandalwood and vetiver. So as you can see from the notes listed, this one doesn't waste any time with a fresh citrusy opening, and it gets straight down to business with a lovely smooth blend of incense, amber and woody notes. There's also a slight booziness to it, but this doesn't stick around for too long. As it dries down, more of the deeper bass notes become more prominent, and it sweetens up quite a lot with the vanilla, tonka bean and the leather, producing a slightly powdery, sweet but not too sweet aroma. The whole composition smells very rich and creamy, and it definitely has a strong resemblance to Herod by Parfums de Marly, so that should validate it as a designer fragrance with a niche quality. I set myself a challenge to describe it without using the word smooth in every sentence, because that's what this fragrance is summed up in one word. It's a warm and cosy scent with a perfectly blended creaminess, and although it does stray towards the darker side, it never becomes complex or challenging. So I would say that the majority of people are going to really enjoy this one. It stays fairly linear all the way through from the dry down to the point where you can no longer detect it. But I think this smells the best in the first hour. It's a fantastic opening, but it just kind of fades away a little bit too soon for my liking, and then it just drifts for the next few hours into more of just a pleasant and I would say maybe uninspiring skin scent. This is an autumn and winter fragrance that I think is very versatile in the cooler temperatures. I'd be happy to wear this day or night, and either casually or for a dressed up event. I just think it could be a little bit too sweet for the warmer months of the year, or to wear in like a small office as a work scent, because it's one that could become a little bit cloying in a warm, confined space. In terms of age range, I think it could be worn by anyone of any age group. It's not a juvenile smelling scent, but it's also not a mature scent either. I'd say it would be a perfect all-rounder for the cooler months if you're looking for just that one signature scent to get you through the whole of the winter. The performance is, I would say, very good on this one, but it's not beast mode. It projects really well for an hour or two, and then it tends to sit a bit closer to the skin for the next few hours. It will continue to get you noticed by anyone who's within a couple of feet of you, but it's not one that's going to just jump off the skin and fill a room. You could say, I would describe this as probably like a pleasant projector with about 6 or 7 hours of longevity. This is definitely my favourite Issey Miyake fragrance out of the ones that I own, which is 10 of them. But I'm yet to try the Polaris, which also gets plenty of hype in the community. This is a very solid release, and if you enjoy fragrances that edge towards the sweeter side, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. I really love it, but my cousin took a sample from me, and he wasn't too keen from the first sniff. And I also remember the first time I tried it, I wasn't blown away by it in the beginning, but it's one that definitely grows on you after a few wearings. Like I said earlier, you can pick this up now, very heavily discounted, and it's one that I'd be happy to recommend as a blind buy for the cooler months of the year. I think more people are going to really enjoy this rather than dislike it, and for me it gets a 9 out of 10. Yeah, so once again, that's about it for today's scent of the day. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'm going to be reviewing a new release depending on whether the postman delivers it. So make sure you tune in tomorrow to find out if it's been delivered and which one I'm talking about. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It's also great to hear your opinions and your thoughts and your critiques on all the fragrances that feature in the 365 project, so don't forget to keep your comments coming down in the comments section. So until next time, as always, thank you very much for watching, stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new one hopefully. Bye bye for now.